and welcome back to Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown, Chapter 3. In the previous episode, it's been like a week since I played, so I'm trying to remember. Give me a moment. We were walking around, great recap, I know so far, very exhilaration, but there was a new punishment let down onto the prison, which means the laundry room was closed. Yeah, that's what happened. The laundry room was closed. There was a choice between closing off the laundry room or the showers, and we decided to close off the laundry because we want to shower. Duh. Afterwards, we went over, we talked with Zeke, we kind of had a revelation as he was like, "Oh my god, why did I get, where did I get grabbed, what? And then we decided to tail Fu to try and figure out where his secret lair is so that we can figure out how to end this game. And Laura found us doing that, now she got mad at us, and then she forbade us from having food, which was lovely. And if I'm remembering correctly, where we left off, it was at this free time, yeah, it was. And I can't remember if we went to dinner yet or not. I think we already had the dinner. It was just kind of a text sign. We didn't actually have a dinner scene, but we got less food than usual because Laura was trying to reprimand us in a very humane and ethical way, of course. But now we're just at the free time, and I'm going to do the usual rounds, unless it's not your first time here. Which I mean, if this is your first episode and you decide to visit episode 9 first, I don't know why you did that, but I'm happy you're here. I guess I'll stay. But yeah, well, I'm just gonna go talk to everyone, and then whoever accepts me as a human being, I'll go have that free time event with them because there's no favor to do. Let's go. I already checked the cells before I started recording, so I know Lyra's in here. Okay. Hey, Lyra. I wanted to thank you for last night. The thought of almost killing you really made me feel a lot better about myself. No worries. Don't even mention it. Honestly, I kind of liked it. Okay, I did not need to know that. You, feeling good after all that? It was pretty heavy. Yeah, I'm feeling completely different, honestly. It's not bad or good. It's just a change. Not as big of a deal as you expected, though, is it? It's a lot more quiet, at least from what I remember. You don't make much sense. Maybe I don't. I'm just a little confused why you went out of your way like that. Guess I didn't want to feel alone. I don't think that's a crime. Is it? God, do we need to have another crime reel for me? God, no. Do you ever stop feeling alone? I just thought it would feel bigger. Is that all? Did you ever stop feeling alone? Huh? Wait, okay, this conversation got a lot more deep than I expected. Those things you were saying, that didn't come from a place of inexperience, did it? I didn't notice how lonely I'd really been until I stopped being alone. For the first time, I've got people I actually care about. It's weird, really. I feel so connected to them and yet so distant. Like, I'm on a different planet from them constantly. Maybe everyone feels this way and I'm only starting to feel normal. Or maybe I've been the damn normal one all along. Maybe I'm still lonely. Unable to fully let my barriers down, even with the people I do care about. Maybe that makes it more terrifying. There's a lot I can say. All of it could be true, or maybe none of it is true. All I know is, I need to figure it out, day by day, step by step. But I don't think that's gonna be achieved alone, just being up in my own head. I think through understanding others, you can kind of start to get a better idea of yourself. Even if the experiences aren't always positive. So if you like Shinku, you're free to stay here and hang out with me now. It might help the both of us figure out what the hell our problem is, you know? I'd like maybe another time get rejected by. All good. Take it easy. Alright. Yup, not gonna respond to you. I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, I do have a very bad feeling that Lara could be the victim, considering everything we've gone through so far, especially Zeke's more prominent role in this chapter, and that favor with Asuka, Lyra, and Zeke, and the campfire scene mainly being the prominent roles in the campfire scene being Lyra, Zeke, and Asuka. I do fear that one of the trio is definitely gonna die. I'm not sure if it'll be victim or killer. I don't know. A part of me thinks that Fu was gonna die just because he's gonna die before we could figure out that he's not really part of the game, part of the people running this game. But if we do figure out that Fu is quote unquote not in that power position, I could see him living through this chapter. But if it's not revealed, then I could definitely see him dying. And also, I feel like just with Zeke being scared of losing another person, I could just see that happening. So, and I'm scared about Lyra just because of her connection to Zeke and her kind of distancing herself away from them so they can get better. I'm just very scared for her. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm going to ignore that fear and find someone else to talk it with. Oh, they're well. Speak of the devil. Hi, Zeke.
Oi, Sam.
Can I help you?
Why the hell did this guy do a very bad accent on me last episode and trying to continue it now?
Okay, he's trying his best.
Yeah. I was just like wondering how you're holding up after that shitty excuse for lunch.
Oh, so it was lunch. I'm not sure how long our portions are going to be reduced, but if it was just lunch, and hopefully we'll only be we'll only be a little starved, not majorly. I'm not sure if it's going to be as bad as for dinner though.
Sorry, I guess if I got you in trouble.
It's fine. I'm glad we tried regardless.
It was sort of fun, you know, holding hands, walking through the hallways.
Okay, you did not have to word it that way, but okay.
Reminded me of the good old days with Michael. Sneaking around those halls at night, planning shit together. I don't know. It was really nostalgic.
Even if it was with me. Do you miss him? Let's do it again. I just want to see his reaction. Even if it was with me.
Oh, shut the hell up. Don't remind me. Almost forgot for a fucking second there that you're Sam. And you can't have one fucking normal conversation that wanted validation or fucking whatever.
You're one to talk about that.
What was that?
Listen.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, let's talk to Amelia. I wonder if I made the same mistake 3 times in a row and I can't talk to her. Oh my god. The lighting on my laptop is terrible. I could not even see Amelia. She would blend into the wall so badly. But did I make the same mistake and you're going to have the same dialogue as again?
What the hell do you want? God, not you again. You know, you're the only one who has to bother me. What are you doing?
Should I try talking to Amelia?
No.
Yes.
Damn it. You know, I do kind of get bored stuck in there sometimes. I know it's like my job, but I do kind of like watching you on the cameras. Well, I mean, there just aren't as much else to do, but you know.
You watch us on the cameras? That is okay. That is totally not weird at all. I'm just not going to think about it, that you're always watching me on the cameras. Ooh. Anyone like watching more than the others? We're gonna touch old Shinkukutsky for the win again. Not anymore. Ooh, so you liked watching the dead people? Who was it?
I end up watching 02 and 03 a lot, even if they piss me the hell off.
Lyra and Ezekiel. God, maybe we do have something in common.
Chance. I just hate girls like Lyra. I didn't like her for. Wait. Before I continue making that statement, did you just say that you. Wait. Was that implication meant that you always watch Lyra and Zeke, or you don't like them? Wait, I need a clarification of what I mentioned because depending on your response, I'll have a very interesting thought of you after this conversation. I didn't like her for turning her back on the movement the second the grass looked green on the other side. But this whole thing she's pulling is pissing me off. She acts like she's one of the girls, or whatever the fuck. Then constantly needs a man by her side to validate her sorry little existence.
That's a little harsh, isn't it?
It's realistic. She's just doing it because she can't put herself together enough to find anything she likes about herself. So, she needs someone else's care for her to validate that she has anything going for her at all. It's easy to tell yourself you're lovable. If someone doesn't love you, then convince yourself of it when you're alone.
I think it's fairly normal to just want to be loved. I disagree with how the two of them act sometimes, but I don't think Lyra's at fault here or anything.
Of course you'd say that. You do the exact same thing yourself.
Excuse me?
First with your cool, and then with Michael. I mean, I was kind of invested, but your relationship was always so doomed that I kind of just lost any interest in it. So I'm assuming you're doing it with somebody here, maybe, Osaka, Ismini, maybe. I don't know. Oh, are you trying to go for a lower? She's a little bit older than you, but I can totally see it. I mean, not like I care anymore. Whoever you love is gonna die, because that's just your Shingakutsuki, so yeah.
Excuse me?
Run your story as along now. I'm sure you can find someone who needs you to play Prince Charming again.
Okay, I do not like that. Why would you be so mean to me? Oh, hey, you know, usually when I do this, when I do these 3 times run along trying to find everyone, usually I have to make a lot of cuts because everyone is just all over the prison, no one is near each other. But everyone here, Lyra was in her cell, Zeke was out in the hallway, we just went to Emilia, I usually forget her, but I didn't forget her this time, and Fuse is out here. I should thank everyone for being so close together.
Blondie. Just the person I wanted to see.
What you want?
Wang! No need to be so blunt. Really, I thought we could have a nice little one-on-one as friends. You know? Really, truly, I mean no harm. If you believe the duck when she says that, you can believe me too, no?
You're keeping us trapped in a debt game.
Water under the bridge. It's a matter of perspective, really, wink. Really, I'm dreaming the world out there trapped away from you all. It's noble a favor I'm doing for everyone's a favor, and other words, because I messed up that sentence horrifically. Ta-ta, Shinku. But we can put our silly little differences aside, I'm sure. I mean, you're Shingakutsuki, and I helped organize a debt game. I mean, when you think about it, we're kind of equally bad. I just want to ask one teeny tiny thing. What were you and the loud kid actually doing earlier? Because there's no way what you said it was. I know that's for sure.
It's the truth. You're right. I think he'd respect it if I told him the truth. You're right. Yeah, we weren't trying to get the medication. You're right. I fall under pressure so quickly.
Well,
Look at her face.
well, shit! I didn't think you'd admit it so casually. Well, that was easy to get you to admit. Didn't know what I expected. Of course, you'd roll that quickly.
You seem disappointed.
I guess it just really isn't any fun. Just tell me.
You're weird. I'm just trying not to be difficult.
Be more difficult. It won't do you any good to share things you swore to keep quiet. Especially with people who already don't like you that much. Just a bit of a wang advice. It's a food guarantee.
Thanks. I don't really know why he was helping me about people. You know, right after I pressed it and thought about it for more than 2 seconds, I realized that he would probably like it more if I didn't betray Zeke's trust in me. But yeah, I guess I should have thought of that a little more. But still, the reaction was priceless, so it was totally worth it. Is anyone going to be nice and being here for me? Laura, I forgive you for taking away my food and starving me if you were this close to food. Thank you so much. Oh, ski.
I got a knife.
An awkward silence hung in the air for a moment between the two of us. Dr. Lennis's gaze not quite meeting my own. I apologize if I was too harsh earlier. Speak to the stomach, it speaks for itself.
Rumble, rumble, rumble.
Okay, I took away 1 macaroni. It was not that bad. Oh. Initially, I was just hurt. I understand the others not trusting me, but I thought after everything that you believed when what I initially I thought you missed. I can't say it in words. Well, to be fair, since Fu isn't here, You could just tell Laura the truth if you really wanted to. I mean, not like it matters much, but at this point, because you're already starved yourself. But if you tell her the truth now, at least she knows that you didn't betray her trust. So I'm not sure if that would lead to. Well, then you kind of be betraying Zeke's trust. But I already betrayed it by talking to Fu, so you don't really have anything to lose, Shinku. I kind of destroyed everything for you, if I'm being honest, just by talking to Fu. Even if I did not deserve you, at least you would have been more sympathetic to my circumstances. It seems perhaps I was wrong. I know I don't have no right to be upset, but I didn't think I'd done anything wrong this time. I didn't quite understand. I'm not even angry. I'm just confused. I'm sorry. I don't forgive you. It was Ezekiel's idea. Well, blaming Ezekiel isn't really going to help him. I'll just say I'm sorry. Trying, because if Laura's going to kill anyone, I don't want it to be me. Be Zeke. Just be Zeke. I'm sorry. I really, really didn't mean to betray your trust. I should be the one apologizing. I understand why you're upset. I suppose it just made me uneasy. I was already on edge with everything. But it's a little alarming to know I cannot even trust you. Damn. I should not be upset. I know I deserve this, but still. You can trust me. I promise it wasn't anything we were going to intentionally try to go against you. It's just... I'm just sorry. I don't have much of an excuse. Terribly. It doesn't matter if you do or don't. At the end of the day, I know I'll forgive you. Huh? Why? You really shouldn't have to. Because she has nobody else in this prison. That's why she's going to forgive you. Because if she doesn't forgive you, she's going to be alone in here. And if she does die, she's going to spend the last of her days with nobody with her. Because you are all I have left, Kutsuki. Yeah, fair enough. But if you insist on doing something to earn back my trust, if you'd like to stay and talk for a bit, I do have a moment. Nah. Okay, well, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore her just bringing that in front of me after I said no to talking with her. Is there anyone here? Okay, no, I guess we're going to have to go back to the cushions. Great. Here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, that actually surprised me. Minnie's up there. Because I'm pretty sure the only two people we were missing before I saw Minnie were Minnie and Asuka. I didn't think they'd just leave one person on the other side of the prison, but I guess everyone is just on the east side of the prison today. Lovely. Oh, sorry, Minnie, just walked past you. Do you want to talk to me this time? What are you doing looking in the mirror? Oh, she's going to see me in the mirror. Oh. Minnie was trying off her hair in this, what does off in her hair mean? Do you mean drying off her hair? I'm assuming, oh, drying off, right? Trying, you were trying to dry her. You know, I was kind of confused why I said try, but I guess you meant to dry. Right, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Farming is exhausting. Goodness, the dirt is ridiculously hard to get out from under my nails. Now I'm just tired. Now I'm talking to myself. God. Oh. At least I'm able to get some peace and quiet in here. Oh god, hey, Minnie, I know you want peace and quiet, but I'm sure you'll be even more happy to see me, Shinku Kutsuki. I stood there for a moment and saw Minnie make eye contact with me through the mirror, staring at my reflection behind her as she cleared her throat. It really is nice to get a second of peace and quiet away from everyone. Spotted! It's a mess, we must battle. Right, I should probably take a hint to get some back so to space. I changed my I'm fleeing. Okay, Asuka, here we go. Minnie hates me, so I'm coming to you. Honestly, I might hang out with Laura. But the thing is, I think I already... I played chapter 2, and I'm... Obviously, if you're watching this as it comes out, you would know that Daily Life hasn't come out yet, or the chapter for Daily Life, so I'm obviously downloading each build as it comes out. So, my data doesn't transfer from previous chapters, but I'm pretty sure I hung out with Alora quite a bit in chapter 2, so I already did most of her free time events. So if I just... Well, no, she's corrupt now, so she'll have a different one. Huh. And I did do I think I did Alora's first one. I've done Alora, Lyra, and Fu in this chapter, I believe. So actually, yeah, I could hang out with Alora. She's probably who I'm gonna do next. Even if I find Asuka, I'm probably gonna do Alora. Anyone here? Nope. Oh, there's Asuka. Thank you. Don't even have to bother going into the garden. Hey, what are you doing? Standing by the desk? I don't think I've ever seen anyone standing here before. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh. Honestly, fair enough. That's why I'd probably be doing that a lot too. Asuka was idly spinning around on one of the chairs by the disconnected phone lines, spinning back and forth. You doing okay?
Oh, yeah. Thought I'd try something to sort of attempt to replicate the feeling practice in aerials gives me. But it's not exactly the same. God, I'm gonna die. Well, what a try, huh?
If you're exercising, that usually means you're stressed. Did Fairman go all right?
You know, is meanie. Oh, yeah, it was all good. It was just being around all those grays for so long kind of gets to your head, you know?
Right. I can imagine.
But I'll feel better soon, I'm sure. Just kind of tough some days.
I get it. It's a shame the graves are there. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not going to say it's a shame the graves are there because that would kind of be disrespectful to the people that have died. I'm sure if you died here, you'd want people here to remember you and maybe, like, I guess honor would be the word. Honor you by making a grave so they can always remember you. I'm sorry. I get it. It's going to feel a little tough for a while, Asu. If you keep convincing yourself that you'll be okay, you'll just let yourself down over and over every time the past inevitably catches up with you. I mean, to be fair, Asuka knew Taka for several years, I think, and we knew Dracul for 2 months roughly. A month and a half even. So I don't think it's kind of comparable, but I think the advice is good.
I just don't want to be stuck in the past. I can't think of anything worse.
Don't worry. From experience, the past will never leave you.
Thank you very much. This is what I'm living in now. All I've got is the present, so I've got to make the most of it. I'll be good in a little bit, I promise. I think I just need to take a bit.
Alright, just don't get too hard on yourself if you have to take a bit, quite a lot from now on. Okay, well that didn't get Asuka's free time event, so we have who? Who are two? Lyra and Alora, I believe. I hung out with Lyra 2 free time minutes ago. I hung out with Alora 3, so yeah, I'll do Alora. That seems like a fun idea. Alright. I appreciate it. No more breaking down for me, baby. Oh god, Tucker's a baby. Okay, we need to get together, Laura. Despite the fact she supposedly wanted to distance herself from everyone, Dr. Lenny's had agreed to spend some time with me. It made me wonder if, in the end, like the rest of us, she really was just lonely. You know, if you are struggling to stay distant, you can come to me first if you need to talk. I really don't mind. Oh, it's more than fine. I'm more than comfortable with keeping my distance, especially after you betrayed my trust like that. I really agreed to spend time with you, since it's safer to not be alone constantly. Okay, well, thanks for that. I guess that is right, I suppose. I guess I also don't want to be murdered, so I'm glad we're also not alone. But then again, being in a one-on-one situation could lead to someone being murdered. I guess you know that best. That hurt a little, but I suppose it was reasonable. I'm just not so sure you'll be comfortable distancing yourself from some of the things you've said you're willing to do. I'm fine with that as well. It's nothing I haven't done before. After all, I used to detaching myself emotionally from what I was doing from a very young age. It was never very necessary for the work I was doing. Yeah, sounds very healthy. I mean, I can see how it would be a little hard to stand into your crime or live yourself afterwards if there wasn't a certain level of detachment. You know, you kind of toyed with people's lives a little, just a teensy weensy bit. Precisely. I feel nothing no more. I just can't believe you detached yourself so young. That doesn't seem normal. So what was expected of me? So I was more than happy to do it. Yet we all know what would happen to your quote-unquote detachment if you lost that earpiece. It can't be that simple. Well, perhaps it did take me a little while. It did come as quite a shock to me initially. When I was 14, or perhaps 15, from my first bit of work experience shadowing under a family friend of sorts who worked in a facility, much like this one. We had this kindly old man with soft eyes and a wrinkled smile under our care. I was given the responsibility of helping nurse him, give him his medication. Sounds like a lot of responsibility for someone so young. I mean, if you just misplace it or added a little too much, that would have killed him, I think, so that's a little dangerous. Certainly, I was trusted with it regardless. I took great pride in knowing I was helping him. There is something wonderful, or at least at the time it felt wonderful, about defying all the odds and using knowledge, science, and innovation to give someone a second chance they'd never have otherwise. Perhaps it's childish to say. At the time, even if I never admit it, it always felt like I was doing some sort of magic. I think it's interesting that she's bringing up giving people a second chance when she's in a position where people don't want to give her a second chance. So I wonder if she feels any kind of envy to the people here who have gotten a second chance, and despite how she tells herself that she's given all of these different people their second chance, she'll never get the second chance that she wants. I wonder how she feels about that in that aspect. I was simply so naive and childish back then, no matter how I tried to present myself. The patient's condition seemed to decline no matter what I did. I tried to not let it bother me, but it was obsession. I was incredibly nervous to fail the first job I'd been given. And it's never nice seeing someone lose their energy, slowly but surely. I don't worry, I haven't detached myself yet. I still feel a lot of feelings, as you can tell, so I got it. I thought somehow we'd miss something, that perhaps I could salvage the situation, that somehow I'd have the answer. So I looked through all of his files extensively, only to learn the treatment we'd be giving him and all the symptoms had been recorded were all various different drugs the facility wanted to study the effects of. You mean... Yes, he'd be a human test subject, unknowingly at that.
Sure, there's nothing wrong with that.
It was clear to me his decline wouldn't have been half as rapid if it wasn't for her testing.
That's...
It horrified me at the time. I don't know how it wouldn't. It's funny, really. Anyone from an outside perspective could see just how unethical doing such a thing was. Anyone would be horrified. All the adults around me seemed unaffected. I felt ashamed for being as disgusted I was, for being immature, for being upset. I remember hiding away in the bathrooms. I tried incredibly hard not to, but despite it all, I just burst into tears. I hated that I let it get to me so much. And the people just come in.
Do I hear crying? Someone get the bitch by the killer.
But no matter how I rationalized it, I couldn't stop crying. Anyone would. Which is why I continued to do it for the next several years. But I wasn't just meant to be anyone. I hate feeling like I was. I felt like I was letting everyone down. Would you get in trouble if you didn't meet their expectations? I didn't know what would happen. To me, not meeting them simply wasn't an option. But regardless, I was crying in there for so long that the colleague I was shadowing under ended up finding me. I tried to act like it was unrelated. I told them I got a boo-boo, but they could see right through me. I recall, unseen how upset I was, they leaned down to me and comforted me in such a way I wasn't particularly used to. It was nice, but it felt a little patronizing. Still, I appreciate it in the moment. I wish he slapped the hell out of me so I could get out of that junk. I can never forget what they said to me. They told me that it may hurt to cause so much harm to one person. But in the grand scheme of things, doing so could help find cures or discoveries or treatment that could save thousands, if not millions of lives. Well, I see the logic. However, you are doing it against his will, and you are kind of causing his death. So it's kind of like, no, that's not really how it works, I'm afraid. This is just another way to rationalize it. That their temporary pain and suffering would reduce the pain for so many others in the future, and that in the end, it was worth it. The cost of one life was worth it to save countless in the future. They told me to not see myself as horrible or immoral, but to take pride in my work, in who I would eventually help, to focus on that instead of the lives of those we tested on, ignore all the people whose lives you were ending, obviously, and focus on the hypothetical fake people that you could save, obviously. And did that help to hear? I was back in the patient's room later that afternoon, administering the drug test as I always had. I continued steadily until the day he passed away, and my shadowing period ended. And when I progressed into professional work as an adult, there were very few times I found myself hesitation or thinking too deeply about the ethics of what I was doing. I detached myself from work, from the subjects, by focusing on the bigger picture, the end goal. That made everything I had to do a lot easier. It's quite the fun memories. Even if I was perhaps too young to learn the lesson when I did, I'm still glad I learned it. Otherwise, I would not have been able to work half as well as I did as an adult. Well, I apologize. I suppose this must all sound terribly inhumane from your perspective.
Just a teensy weensy bit.
A little, just tiny, teeny bit. Oh yeah, minuscule. I do not mean to scare you. Please don't leave me. You don't have to leave me, please. But I just hope you can see there's some sort of reasoning as to why I could stomach what I did. I'm not a monster. I'm a human.
And so were the people you experimented on.
I guess anyone could slip into rationalizing it to themselves if they tried to reframe it like you did. Shinku, that facial expression and the tense holding of the book and the beginning of the sentence with the 3 periods does not really help. I can't agree with it, but I can see why you find it so easy to detach from things now. I imagine it's quite hard to get emotionally invested or attached at all when you spend so long thinking like that. Indeed, I just try not to think about it too hard. I take things as they come, try to keep a level head about them. Yes, despite everything, you couldn't completely detach, could you? What do you mean? Puts hands slightly close to left ear. See, how do you not know what I was talking about? You couldn't properly detach from Lilith's case, could you? Nor Taka, for that matter. Despite the situation we were in, you still got emotionally attached. You couldn't remain completely unbiased forever. You can tell yourself that you're completely attached from it all, that there's no change in that, and life is easier that way. But that's not really true in the end. You're still human, just like the rest of us. Things get the better of you. You get attached when you don't intend to. When you know it's not going to do any good. Why is that? With Lilith. No. With Taka and Lilith. All of them. I suppose I cannot give a proper explanation. I don't fully know myself. But by all logical reasoning, I should not have gotten attached to them like I did. It was not appropriate, nor the right time or place. And yet, I suppose it was nice to feel normal for a bit. You really are just like the rest of us, Laura. I'm starting to realize that. I suppose I'm not all that exceptional after all. I'm only human after all. The version blame on me. I just wonder if everyone finds it as painful to be human. Well, not everyone. Does human experiments on other people, so I doubt it. I don't find it that hard to be a human because I don't think I'd ever do human experiments on people. So there is that, there was that kind of little caveat between you and most people. I didn't know if there was even was a way to stop that pain, but I knew without it, the times that everything seemed like it would be okay would feel a lot less meaningful. Perhaps a world without any attachments, without any connections, without any complications would be easier, less painful, less confusing. But despite all the pain you've brought me, I still want to see you again. And I wouldn't want to live in a world where I wouldn't. Being human is the most painful thing you can be, but I don't think I'd want to be anything else. I just hope Dolores would realize that herself eventually. Simply exceptional. Level 2 obtained. Hurrah! Well, that was fun. Seeing that, finding out that Laura's a human, nothing that we ever could have found out by ourselves, not even by looking at her. Ooh, it's a nighttime meeting, so no dinner scene for us. I'm assuming we got the same food, but I guess it's time for the third meeting of the Final Five Alliance, and I should probably think of a good alliance name. I'll think of it later. I was a little apprehensive to be sneaking about this much after Dr. Lennius' earlier punishment, but I found myself heading to the night meeting regardless, not wanting to let others down. But when I entered the warden's office, I was met with an onside. Okay, who was in there, Laura or Fu? I'm gonna guess Fu. Oh, well, Amelia not being here wouldn't be an onside; it'd be an Aunt Laku's side. So that was Shinku. You're right. Her get your grammar together. Get your words together. Come on now. Where's Amelia? I mean, I decided to come over all the way to the chair for asking it, but and I need to get comfy before I pose the important question. Come on now.
Side of her. It's a little confusing, honestly.
I mean, Amelia said herself that she's not allowed to leave this room, so it is kind of very baffling that she's not here. That does kind of make me worry. I've said teensy weensy like 3 times. I've suddenly just stopped. It does make me worry
A lot.
Oh well, it's not like we can use the space if she's not here. Quickly, check out cupboards. Let's see if we can steal anything when she's gone.
But I guess you're right. I'm just a little worried because I definitely don't know her from prior to the game. I mean, what?
Maybe she's in the room connected to this one. I mean, she can't leave this office unless it's to go to the trial grounds, or that's that room she says she has.
Huh. You think that staff room is the one Fu can access?
That would make sense. I mean, like I said earlier, even though Shinkukuski said, my voice, even though Shinku said that we should go to the fire, the common room before going to the warden's office, I did say that when we were trying to follow Fu, that we should have gone into warden's office, because if you're going to have a secret room that connects to something with the staff, you're going to put it in the warden's office where there is a warden stationed at all times to make sure nobody can enter it. Either way, we should proceed to our discussions as normal.
Yeah, let's. I got a bunch to say. I don't know if you picked up on it earlier, but me and Sam were real skimmed on at lunch today. Our portions were fucking ridiculous.
The verse was small. I know it's tough, but at least we're all getting the same amount. We're in this together.
Okay, well, clearly, Asuka and Ismini don't know the goss, and so I think Asuka's gonna go mad. No, she intentionally gave them less. She's exercising her authority or whatever. This is just a set of more bullshit, if you ask me.
Huh? What? Why? That's not fair.
It was a punishment for stepping out of line.
It was ridiculous, that's what it was. Me and Sam stopped doing our work for like 10 minutes tops to try and follow Fu around and try and even figure out where exactly the staff rooms are and how we access them. She got us in the hallway and threw a fucking fit and started talking about how much her trust had been broken. Then gave us less lunch for dinner. Gave us less for lunch and dinner today on purpose to teach us a lesson.
That's not what you said earlier. Wait, so I said that thank you for no reason.
We didn't want to say what we were really doing in front of Fu. Then he'd be certain to be more careful to make sure he wasn't being followed.
If you'd just be as honest, I'm sure she wouldn't have flipped her lid half as much as she did. Besides, what's the point of following Fu? It's likely the staff room entrance is in the warden's office since Amelia can't access it freely, and she can't leave this place.
Well,
I mean, okay, new idea. Let's just all sit here until Amelia comes out of the staff room, because then we'll know where the staff room is, and we'll know where Amelia came from. If she comes from outside, if she comes from the entrance, the staff room isn't in the warden's office. If she comes in here, then we know exactly where it is. And I mean, there's 5 of us and 1 of her, so do the math.
okay, well, you do make a smart point there. I wanted to do something today. It pisses me off feeling like we can't do anything. All I've been doing since my verdict is making people's lives more difficult. Something's gotta change. I gotta do something worth something at some point. Something, some, ting, ting.
Okay, kind of lost what you were going for there at the end, but yeah, go for you. If Alora is dishing out punishments for even minor infractions, it might be time we do something.
Well, let's not be too rash.
Dude, you say that every time. Are you projecting? Do you need to take off your shirt? Come on, what is it?
Expecting her to be perfect all the time and pointing out every small slip up and making it into a big thing is just going to make her more stressed. It'll lead to her being more extreme. I mean, come on, guys. All she did was sort of starve us. It wasn't that bad. I really think it wouldn't hurt to have a little more empathy here.
She killed Taka.
I know that, but I shouldn't say it, but are you going to say that he probably would have wanted to die? That would be a crazy thing to say out loud. If Ezekiel can give me scrutiny for more than Dracul, but not Asuka for more than her, I think...
Ooh, here we go. Oh, that's not what I expected. Things are gonna go down. Okay.
Takiko killed Molly, but you can't bring yourself to hate her, can you?
Hear what you have to say about this, Shinku. You were horrible to her in our final moments.
I know, because I was upset. I was emotional because I couldn't quite deal with Molly being gone. And it all hit very close to home, thinking I'd kill her. Killed her. In fact, God, I can't even get my tensors around one, am I? But now I can look back on it, and I can realize that even if I cannot ever know Takiko or really forgive her for what she did to Molly, if I can be empathetic to Draco's circumstances while still acknowledging for the wrong he did, then I can acknowledge the wrong Takiko did while still knowing she was worthy of the understanding and empathy. I can understand that she was in pain, that the circumstances she were in weren't ideal, that I could have done better in that situation.
It isn't about the motives. It's what you're doing now.
Right, and now I don't want to make the same mistake again. I want to give Alora that benefit of the doubt. I want to trust her.
She tried to starve you. She tried to starve Z, someone I care about. And I don't care about you, Shinku. Shinku and Ismini, you guys, why don't you guys starve and then the people who agree we can be alive and then we can deal with it. I'm not going to stand by and let anyone I care about suffer. No way. Not again. So you can either stop making excuses or... Hey! Oh God, these two voices are very similar. This is unfortunate. Huh? Good. You're still here.
Well, that is a very ominous statement to say, and I'm quite scared, and I think we should start running. She didn't get Alora, did she? Oh, so she did go to the trial room, fair enough. Stepping out of the elevator stepped Amelia, 2 plastic bags in her arms. Did you get us food? Whatever have you gotten those? They look ridiculously heavy.
You're hungry, aren't you?
Why'd you ask?
Are you hungry or not? It's a simple question. Answer it.
Well, yeah.
Then eat.
Whatever do you... So that means either the staff room is access through the elevator and only the people running this game can access said floor, or the staff room is in the trial grounds and we never bother searching this because we're too busy figuring out who the killer is. Or maybe it's in the execution chamber, wherever the hell that is. If we're ever going to wonder if we're ever going to purposely go into the execution chamber just to find a staff room.
Eat. It's a 3-letter word. Come on, come on, Shinku. I know we've had struggles with grammar and tense today, but I'm sure you know what that means.
Why should we trust food from you? Because we're starving, and if we don't eat the food, then we're all going to die in a couple of days. So, I mean, if it's a lot of food like she's saying, then we kind of have to store. We need to be rational about this.
Do you want my food or not? It's take it or leave it. I'm trying to do something nice here. Right. Yes, of course, we'll take it.
Oh, wait, hang on. I was about to say, there's no way this is a good idea.
Oh, please. Just swallow your pride and take it. I'm serving.
I mean, the people who want to eat it, go and eat it. The people who don't want to eat it, don't eat it. It is quite that simple. And then there's Meanie and Lyra, if they don't eat it, they can watch the 3 of us eat it. If we die, then the 2 of them can be very egotistical and mock us for dying for such a stupid death. If they're wrong, then they can just eat the food that's left over. No. I say we accept it on one condition.
What's that?
You shared with us.
Fine, I suppose.
Emilia laid out all of the food she brought out, and we all settled down to eat it. It had only been a few days, but it was so nice to have so much food after how restrictive our meals had been recently. When we were all sitting around eating the food together, it almost felt like we were a family. The whole room became a lot less tense. I really want Fu or Laura to walk in at this moment because it would be hilarious. That's Molly's music.
That's all I could find, so you better be happy with it.
I also know that Emilia's voice actress has a way deep voice that I like
Doing this.
even though Ismini's voice like this would kind of be a lot more accurate. Like Laura's and Ismini's voice would be a lot more accurate. What? Oh, she's disgusted because it's a normal food. I'm looking at Ismini's face. Why is she so sad? No, she's just too posh for what is it? Mash and peas and carrots. Like, it's not that bad clunging it together. It's all I could find. All I could find. Meanwhile, a feast.
It's more than enough, Amelia. Thank you so much.
Shit, are those angel slices? I haven't had those since I was a kid.
I have no idea what angel slices are. I just see it looks like a very small sandwich to me.
They're far too sweet for my tastes.
Curiosity is, I mean, what are your tastes? I just need to know for a friend, because if you're discussing at this, you're discussing the sweet things. What do you like?
I'd kill to eat anything at this point. Oh, let's just tuck in.
So true.
Dude, you already demolished half the cocktail sausages while Amelia was unpacking them.
Oof.
Oh, shut up. You don't get between a man and his sausages.
Wow, you really just said that.
You can say that again.
Kai, stop. Ew. You're the worst.
This is really lovely. Thank you, Amelia.
Now we can all forget how we're all about to fight each other to the death for a moment there. Thanks, Amelia. You really saved us. You really prevented another killing from happening.
Whatever.
Whatever. I don't care about you guys. Not at all. No way. No.
I just don't think anyone deserves to go hungry, ultimate scum or not. No one deserves to have an empty stomach.
Ooh, yeah, okay, I see.
It's just nice to have a meal that isn't all tense.
I will say it is very interesting to have a killing game where you're trying to prove the ultimate talent or scum, and you have to get a motive to incentivize them to kill. Like, you have to put them in very harsh conditions to get them to kill in the first place. Which, I mean, I kind of feel like that defeats the purpose of showing everyone that ultimates are quote unquote terrible people, because if you need to go to such extreme lengths to get people to kill, then I feel like if you put a random, let's say there's 8 people, no, there's 7 people. If you put a random 7 people on Earth and put them in a room and said, you're not getting any food until someone kills another person, I feel like a majority of those seven groups of people would end up killing someone before all of them starved to death. So it's like, is this really proving they're bad people, or are you just kind of getting people to kill each other? I'm not saying getting people to kill each other. Or well, at the very least, a lot less tense meal than usual.
It's nice to have a proper meal for once. Full stop.
You can say that again. It's easy enough to not eat shit if you're just gonna sit around and do hot girl shit, but it sucks when you've actually got stuff you gotta do but no fuel in your system.
I was just talking about this hot girl shit earlier. Lyra, I see you right next to Zeke. I see what you're doing. I see through you.
We'll get through it together, I'm sure.
I do hope so. Even if we have our issues, it's good we can at least unite over this.
As long as we don't let things get to our head and divide us, I think we'll be good.
Because that definitely was going to happen 2 seconds ago before Amelia came in with the save.
I mean, shit, 4 days into the motive and we haven't torn each other apart yet? That's pretty good for our standards.
You know, I was thinking the same thing. We're pretty far to the motive, and I was thinking, what is the body description going to be? I'm pretty sure on the YouTube channel, the daily life was around 9 hours, I want to say, and I'm doing like, I wouldn't say I'm doing a lot of talking, but I'm doing quite a bit of commentary that's obviously going to extend the playtime of it. And I'm trying to think, how long have I been going? The save point says around 7 hours. That's not completely true, because I mess up the save sometimes, and I have to rush through dialogue, because sometimes we're in the episode, so it's not completely true, but are we close to the body discovery? It just, maybe I'm wrong, it just doesn't feel like that, or maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just wrong, because 4 days in the motive is a long time. I think like 5 or 6 days is like the usual time when the body drops in these games. But then again, well, actually, I was gonna say it took a while for the motive to start, but that's not really true. Even in chapter 1 and chapter 2, the motive started pretty early on in the chapter, and I think the longest was maybe chapter 2 when it was a day or something. But still, are we getting close to the body? That's actually terrifying to think about, because I am not mentally prepared myself at all. I know I've been keep staying on who I think the victim is going to be, but God, I'm not ready.
Is the bar really that low?
Parentheses would imply that this was a thought, but considering it's said out loud and it's white, then I'm not sure why. Unless it's meant to imply a whispering.
Happy 4-day, we don't hate each other enough to brutally murder one another, I guess. Anniversary, guys! Let's make it through a week.
You know what? Lyra saying let's make it weeks made me very scared. We're going to get to 6 days, and at the night of the 6th day of the motive, we're gonna find Lyra's dead body, and this is gonna be foreshadowing, like, oh, well, I guess we couldn't make it a week, guys. Lyra's dead now. And the more I think about it, the more I think we're not terribly close to the corpse yet, because I just remember that Alora still has those handcuffs, and maybe they're just gonna be using the murder, but I do think that it's gonna be relevant. It's gonna be relevant to the daily life at the very least. She's gonna handcuff somebody, and I think we're gonna have to see that before. And we've seen the first signs of Alora's Arthurianism come through with taking away some of our portions, so we're getting closer and closer to get that point. I guess it just depends when she really breaks. If I'm correct, then the murder will happen on the night of day 6, or we'll find the dead body on the night of the day 6 of the motive. That means she'll probably bring out the handcuffs tomorrow, and then we'll spend the day with the thought of the handcuffs, and then all hell is going to break loose, and well, yeah. That's what's going on in my head right now, so I think this might be the last moment of comfort and joy we have in this game. I thought it was going to be the campfire, but I think this might be it. Well, I mean, looking at Amelia's face, the last time she had comfort might have been months ago, but ignoring that.
For goodness sake, don't be silly. We'll make it to far more than a week if we're sensible.
Have you seen the last motives? We snapped on the night of day 3 of the last motive. The fact we made it to day 4 with no body inside is quite remarkable. And even on the chapter 1, how many did we go through? I'm just saying, we had Taka, we had someone else, Taka, Lyra, Shinku, Z, and was there one other? I think there might have been one other one. I'm trying to think of through. And Takiko, we also had Takiko's. So we got through 5 days of the motive, and we found the dead body in the morning of day 6. So, you know, like, this kind of known for us, this meanie. Look at the stats.
Especially about our verdicts.
What do you mean by that? Why do the verdicts impact anything? Oh, because of how Zeke has reacted to it. Well, I'm very surprised no one has turned over to Shingo and just asked him straight up what his crime is. Because if I was in this game and there were, I mean, we've ruled. I'm pretty sure we've ruled 2 out of the running. But if I was in this killing game and there were 6 participants and we knew the crimes of 5 of them, I would literally just say to Shingo, "Tell us what your crime is," because it would just. I just don't know how I'd feel about one person not having their crime revealed and everyone else is being exposed like that. It would just feel odd to me, and it'd just be a weird situation to be in. Asuka pouted a bit and turned their attention to Ezekiel, who looked down shamefully for a moment before gradually moving his gaze up to Lyra. Despite how close we were sitting together, I could practically feel how vast the distance was getting between the 2 of them.
Hey, La.
Yeah?
I thought he just interrupted him and was going to say something completely different, considering the very weird dash at the end.
Wanna break up?
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be for the best.
I mean, I don't think you guys were really a thing to begin with, but I think that's kind of funny.
Go long enough.
Yeah, I know. But,
That's a really funny thing to just bring up so casually.
even if we don't, you know, kiss on the mouth and stuff anymore, wanna still be friends?
Only if you take off those dumbass sunglasses and see things for what they are now.
Yeah. I think I can do that.
Then it's good to have you back, dumbass.
For what it's worth, Lai, I'm sorry for hurting you.
It's okay. Not the worst a guy's done. You're good. It's not a big deal.
Well, it's a big fucking deal to me. I don't want to be that kind of guy. No way. It's guys like that who turn people like me into chumps who kick others down just to feel strong.
Well, Shingo Kutsugi here, and I feel very polarized by that statement, considering how you treat me, but okay, I'll ignore it.
So pointless and stupid. It's a wonder you put up with me like that for so long.
Yeah, I mean, I gave up after 2 days for them.
Well, I guess I was just used to it.
Well, you better raise your fucking standards and get used to that instead.
Then I'll be expecting 5-star treatment from now on. Like, I'm talking pedicures and all that shit.
Well,
No chance? Don't test your luck.
Oh, come on. You don't let me test out my blue polish on you. It's not that hard to do vice versa.
Wow, saying that, that's...
What? Hey, don't tell the others that. That was between us. And just because you'd be annoying if I didn't agree.
I looked at his hands and for a second and then I saw some of the blue nail polish. I was like, wait, what? No, I was just
I
being
think
wrong.
you're just mad that blue wasn't your color.
Look at him. Of course blue isn't his color. Look at you and look at him. There's big differences between you two's designs.
Oh, shut up.
I mean, get some yellow on it or maybe some orange. That might look nice. Immediately, it seemed the tension between the two had lessened. A warmth returned between them that had dissipated before. I guess Lyra will go back and try to kill Zeke in his sleep like she did with me. That fun times.
What are those two on about?
They speak their own language. Don't worry about it too much.
This seems like a positive, at least.
You ultimates make no sense to me. I'd kill myself if I was so detached to my own actions or so incomprehensible to anyone else. You're all weird.
You're so weird. Oh, God.
You're a bit of a weirdo yourself. Helping a bunch of ultimate scum like this.
Also, what's gonna happen if your superiors find out you did this? Are they gonna like? Was Mananeka gonna do something to you? A part of me was wondering, considering there were 7 people. Do you think there's a chance Emilia is gonna be forced to be a participant of the game? You think? I don't know. I don't know if she would be, but that's just I don't know. I feel like it's kind of. I feel like it'd be odd if this went unpunished and it just wasn't brought up again afterwards.
Sure you're not going to get in trouble for this or something?
Only if I get caught.
Well, that is a quite a big caveat considering there's cameras in this place. It is very... I think it is more likely than she could get caught.
Shit, you really risked this for us?
This was more for me than you. Don't get it twisted. You guys can starve for all I care.
Yeah, guys, I gave you other foods. You can eat it because it's all beneficial for me. It's all part of my master plan to make you suffer more in the long run. Because once you get the satiation of your hunger away now, it'll just be worse tomorrow, right? Of course, yeah.
Wasn't what you were saying earlier.
Shut up and be grateful. You guys are impossible. Can't I do something nice for once? Fuck you. This is far more about my own moral code than any of you assholes.
We're calling Asu an asshole when they gave you that marshmallow.
Yeah, you know, your face was actually pretty red.
Red, wow.
One more word, and you'll be the next body to be discovered, I swear to God.
More foreshadowing that I was gonna be the victim. I'm saying it right now.
Whatever you wish to tell yourself. Just don't complain to us when whatever bad crowd you've gotten yourself mixed up with outside of here won't take your back for siding with the enemy.
I like to think that Emilia has just been staring at her food like this entire time during this whole interaction. She's just been disgusted at what's been on her plate.
Your perception of the movement is so baffling, it's almost upsetting. You have no idea about anything for someone supposedly so smart.
So smart.
Either way, guess you've really fallen into a bad crowd if you're helping people like us, huh?
And just like that, Emilia did something I never expect. She kissed Asuka on the face. Never mind. A wide smile crossed Emilia's face as Asuka said that. It felt like the first time I'd ever seen her genuinely happy.
Yes, I have.
The cat. Isn't that's actually the same exact smile that Shinku has? I'm pretty sure I used it with one of the thumbnails. I think it was actually last episode. The spread I used for Shinku had him smiling, and it was kind of a cat like that. I think Zika's one as well, so maybe it's just a style thing. But the smiles are kind of hash resembling. And obviously, because, you know, Mononeko and stuff, right? And with our bellies full, we all concluded our forced meeting with a much lighter mood in the air than usual. While I was apprehensive about being so kind to Emilia, it was nice how much she kept doing for us. I hope we didn't eat too much food, because if you don't eat a lot of food and you just eat a lot suddenly, that could be bad for you. So I hope we didn't eat too much, or maybe it takes more than 4 days to get to that point. But we didn't eat too much for us, because if we throw up, I don't know if our rooms are. I don't think our rooms are soundproof. So if we throw up and it's really loud, Fu and Alora are gonna get up and be like, wait, what? How the hell did you throw up? How did you have enough in your system to throw up? What happened? Maybe I should have given you more grace too. Emilia, what is this play? What are we doing here? How is it gonna help?
Trust me, guys, it's all part of my master plan.
Ooh. The slow down that goddamn Gallagher music. Well, this is not what you'd want to see. Well, Emilia, it was nice knowing you. It was great seeing you as this host. I'm so happy. I've really enjoyed your time here, but sadly, you're gonna have to go now. I'm so sorry about this. Oh dear.
So, Emmy, how are you doing today? I'm sure you did nothing wrong. Mononeko, you didn't say anything. Nice to tell you. You were hiding something. Goodness, there's a lot of empty food packets. Someone was hungry, huh? Little fanny. This is nice to finally gorge yourself out of so much malnutrition. Yeah. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm gonna give you so much support and confidence like always. I'm just bracing myself for the next murder. I can feel it happening soon. It's never long after you introduce a motive. It's exciting, isn't it? It's something, alright. For God's sake, don't tell me you didn't go for it now! It would be more bearable if you didn't put such long gaps between the motives. You give them just enough time to get close and form meaningful bonds before ripping them that away from them.
Wow, it's almost like that was the intention of the specifically timed motives. I wonder why.
It's hard to watch, I guess. Hey, it's okay. It'll just make our message stronger. And that's what you're doing this all for. A message, remember? Just a little longer now, Emmy. Just if it needs you. You can keep it going, can't you? You have to.
Wait, what was that? You have to. That was the same dialogue box during the interrogations. Wait, what's going on? Is Amelia the one who's done the interrogations? Who said you have to? What's going on here?
I know it's tough, but we chose you specifically. We want the thing you wanted, and it was the most temptation in the world. Everyone will celebrate you when it's done, Amelia. People will finally give you an open arms you've always craved, but have been too scared to accept. Only you can do this, you know. It would be a shame if we picked the wrong.
We're all depending on you. Is this the quote-unquote interrogation we're doing for the night instead of the normal one? That would be interesting. Because what is that voice then? Is it in Amelia's own head? Is Amelia the one saying it? Is Manoneko saying it? Because I'm very confused. Why go to black if it's just Manoneko saying that?
So if you want that little game wraps up, just a little more painless thing to create the world you've always wanted. The world everyone needs. If we judge you specifically, and you manage to somehow mess this up,
We'd be very disappointed. I'm going to assume it's someone else because in the case it's Manoneko, I like Manoneko hurts my voice, so it's nice to not. It's nice to relax this. Manoneko, whenever Manoneko has an extraneous scene, extraneous scene is like where it'd be extraneous on my voice, but yeah, you know what I mean. I'm gonna go to either whenever morning hit or whenever we do the interrogation with the next person. Yeah, because that's just it would just be every time I've started a video, every time an interrogation has come up, it's always been at the start of a video. Except maybe the first one with the Laura, I'm not sure when we did that. But I know Izumini's and Shinku's have both been at the start of the episode. So I thought it would just be a nice trend because the length of this video has been pretty good, pretty normal. So just getting to the interrogation has just been nice for my own brain to keep that trend ongoing. We were walking back through the hallways, following and feasting. Following the feast and following and feasting. I'm not sure how we do both of those at the same time, and I'm not sure even how you follow without anyone to follow. But yeah, if ignore me. I was conflicted on how I felt about it. I was also just glad to be fed. She's a strange one, isn't she? Is that Fu in the corner? Who's on the very left? Because why there's 5 people here. There's somebody. Is that Fu? Yeah, that is Fu over there. He was eavesdropping on us, the little brat.
good, she's opening up though, isn't it? If we can appeal to her, then it might help us get more control of the situation at large. Or a better idea what's really going on here.
I suppose so. I'm just not sure if it's a good idea to keep getting close to her. Is that the janitor? I can't tell if it's the janitor or Fu. If it's Fu, we're going to find out in a couple of seconds. Well, at least it's better than having to suck up to wet. Speak of the devil. Well, yeah, considering, yeah, that's true then.
Huh?
Passed out in the middle of the hallway, slumped against the wall, reeking of alcohol. Why was his face towards the wall? What did he just face plant at the wall or something? Was Fu. Okay, guys, listen, we have an opportunity. Someone get a knife from the kitchen. Let's all grab the handle of the knife. I'll stab him in the throat. All 5 of us will count as a killer. We get Laura executed, and we all escape. Easy plays. We all win. Easy. This is a prime opportunity. Or, we can play Russian roulette, decide who kills them. We're never going to get this opportunity again. Come on now. Or maybe they'll take him hostage? It's kind of weird. Why did he pass out right here next to the warden's office?
What the hell?
Unless Fu was taken for his interrogation today, and because we were kept there longer, we don't. Maybe?
Is he?
Could you imagine if he was dead? That'd be hilarious.
He's totally passed out.
The fuck is he doing like this?
Very irresponsible for someone of his caliber.
It looks like he drank too much. He reeks of booze.
But he's never drunk this much before. Why would he black out somewhere other than his cell?
It wasn't Allure, was it?
Yeah, even Fu doesn't get this publicly drunk.
This has to be a trap. We should just leave.
Yeah, but
Terrible thought crossed my mind. And I don't think I was the only one.
No, he's pretty, vulnerable right now.
Yeah, I also. I mean, his foot is right there, guys.
We could.
That would be pretty simple to do when he's like this.
We actually gonna do it.
But if he killed him, would the game really even end? I mean, there's still Mononeko, there's still Amelia.
Oh god, Laura's gonna walk us into talking about killing him, and she's gonna think we all did it to her, and oh god, it's gonna go horribly. I mean,
God knows there's probably other staff around here we don't know about.
she only has one handcuff, so even if she does handcuff one of us, it won't matter. We're in a hallway, so she can't really lock us away from anything, except from our dorms or one half of the kitchen. Unless would she lock the west side of the entire west side of the prison away from us, just so we wouldn't be able to go to the kitchen? Would she really do that? I could imagine. God, this could only go badly.
But isn't it worth a try?
Is it worth trying to kill him? I mean, it's not like something you can try. When you do it, it's kind of over. If someone gets executed, that's it. We all stood in an awkward, tense silence for a moment, considering it. It would be extremely easy, but
No, we couldn't possibly. It's far too risky.
I'm glad we're all just. I mean, the downside is if whoever volunteers to kill him, if it doesn't end, then they're just gonna get executed. I mean, and the majority of us get to see another day. We get close to the end. We don't know when the end is. According to Fu, it keeps going till there's one person, but logically, how could you have a trial with two people? Or at a certain point, it kind of becomes meaningless because it's just gonna be death, and you can't really hold a trial with so little people. On the other side, if we do what I said and we all hold the handle of a knife, then we'd all get out because Laura can't outvote us. So I don't think we're thinking. I don't think we're thinking that far though. But would I? There's certain reasons to do it.
right, yeah. There's no way.
Thanks for the cutoff. I really appreciate it. Damn it, he's woken up. We've lost a chance. We all flinched there for a second as we heard a groan come out of Fu. All of us staying very still and very silent, getting ready to dash away at any moment. But only one thing came out of Fu's mouth, weak and mumbled.
Yeah, that is a bit sad, isn't it?
I think that's what he called Takiko. And he's not part of this game, I know he's not. And he seemed to pass out once again, clearly not in any state to do anything else. We all exchanged glances, a little confused at where to go at this point. What was the best thing to do in this situation? But before we had time to come with an answer, we heard a voice come from behind us.
Well. Old habits really do die hard.
I mean, I don't think I've ever heard the janitor talk, and I did not expect his voice to sound like that. For some reason, I thought it'd be a lot more gravelly. Honestly, it's not too dissimilar from my voice now that I think about it. Obviously, it has less of an accent, and mine, I think there's like a different deepness to both of them, but it is similar enough. It was him, the janitor. I guess it was no surprise who arrived, given how late it was at night. But it was weird to see him so frequently. I mean, twice in a week. I mean, we only see him once every couple of months. Twice in a month. Someone's getting social. I'm really happy for you. It's you. Damn it, we didn't get to kill him.
Who else would it be? The doctor. I think she's far too busy listening to someone else now.
What do you mean by that?
Her earpiece, obviously.
You can find out yourself if you're so curious. Just don't come blaming me before your execution if it makes you want to kill her.
No, wait, now I'm curious. Come on, what is she listening to? Let me figure, let me see. Well, that was concerning. Definitely wasn't going to make the other's opinions any better, even if it ended up being nothing. Well done, janitor. I thought we were on our side. We met 3 times. You met the other ones. This is our first time meeting. This is your second time with everyone else. I thought we kind of had a thing going, but clearly you don't have any feelings towards me. So thank you for establishing that. Really helpful. Before we could question him any further, he moved over to Fu and let out an annoyed grumble under his breath.
He hasn't changed one bit.
So I was correct. I'm not sure if I said it out loud. I don't think I did. I left it as in the description or under a comment in one of the previous videos. But I was saying that I know that Fu was the ultimate inventor, and I'm pretty sure that he was this guy here, the janitor, was the ultimate stocks person or stock trader or shareholder or something like that. So I was wondering the two had met before, and in this dialogue, I guess it's pretty obvious that the two of them had met before. What? Did you know him?
We were in the same class back at aerospace all those years back. I never liked the guy, but he was always doing this. Keeping an eye on life, reaping the benefits his talent gave him, and spoiling himself rotten. Then drinking himself to the point where he was throwing up and rambling nonsense about how none of us had any idea what it was like. Crying about being unfulfilled or whatever, making his own issues everyone's problems. Unfulfilled? What? He was always the type to chase the next high, drink the most, gamble the most, go all in, buy the biggest, flashiest watch. Go for the prettiest, sharpest girl in the corner, and get everyone after, settle down, and play house for a few years, like he could ever be capable of that after everything he'd done. Acting so superior to the rest of us. Laying through a fish when all that money he'd sucked out of everyone and everything he could didn't suddenly buy him happiness, or fix his marriage, or make him normal. Acting like the whole world was fucked up and ranting about it, like he wasn't benefiting from the very things he despised. All his misery was self-inflicted, and yet he acted like I was the hypocrite. Oh. No wonder they said he got his talent through underhanded means.
That's not really a surprise. We kind of all we all know the vibe he gives off, and we kind of know everything. Not really everything. We actually don't know much. We know some tidbits, and not really pleasant. Considering most of what he does is pretty underhanded.
Most of what he does is stupid, nonsensical, and foolish.
The janitor groaned as he hoisted the salesman onto his shoulders, almost buckling under his weight.
And yet, he acts like everyone else are idiots compared to him.
Did you need help carrying him?
Please. He can clearly let himself go in more ways than one.
I really wasn't expecting to spend my Sunday evening lugging Fu Wang back to his cell with the janitor, of all people. What a great way to end. How do we know it's a Sunday also? How do we know the day? Okay, it's because back in chapter 1 we figured out when Christmas was, so we were able to estimate the days and when I was. Okay, fair enough. But for some reason, that's what we all found ourselves doing. And for some reason, unbeknownst to me, and going against all common sense, as the others all made their way back to their own cells, crashing for the night, with a mix of confusion and apprehension due to the events of the last hour, I found myself sitting on the floor of Fu Wang's cell, having agreed to keep an eye on him and interrogate him about everything in the morning. Well, this is not creepy at all, just sitting in his bedroom like this. And why couldn't we get to the interrogation sooner? No! I'm guessing we're going to have to talk to Fu first. I kept my eyes on him as he slept, thinking back to the janitor's words about him. Self-inflicted misery, huh? I wondered if he felt like he ought to enjoy everything he was given, felt like he deserved to exploit his position to the fullest. But in the end, his humanity caught up to him, keeping him stuck in a loop of hating himself for being part of the same cycle that had made him growing up so tough for him. Yeah, I guess we were all the same. But oh god, I can't read. Perpetuation of the struggles for an easier life. But it's hard to think about it too hard. To decide if you definitively have earned that right. Especially when you start to realize that's probably how the people who hurt you justify the pain they put onto you. It's hard, isn't it? There's really no clear answers and oh god, I'm speaking to myself, everything's over. Unless you completely blind yourself, that is. The old tried and true method for Shingukutsuki. Okay, I knew I did say I was gonna do the interrogation, but I'm pretty sure before Shingu's and his meaning's interrogation, there was a save point, so I guess this is gonna be another episode. Yay! No interrogation. Well, hopefully the interrogation is actually just going to be a very awkward ending after I said I was going to get to the interrogation. And how many times can I say interrogation before you get drunk and end everything? Yeah, I really enjoyed the scene with Amelia, where after struggling and she knows the struggles of having no food, she doesn't feel comfortable about letting other people suffer without that amenity. So I'm really glad that she's grown as a I wouldn't say she's growing, but I'm glad she's taking small steps and she's helping the cast. And I'm glad to see that she's not just some impenetrable warden who feels nothing. It's just glad to see that she's just a human being who feels sympathy towards the people who are going through the same struggles that she once went through, and she doesn't want people to suffer. I am kind of worried that she's dead, or something terrible happened to her, or she's going to be forced to be part of this game because Mononeko talked to her, and Mononeko, he knows full well what went on. I do not doubt that for a moment. He knows that what Amelia did, and he's just in there like,
One thing weird. Wow, very interesting. Wow.
and with Fu's case, I find it interesting that he's just been getting himself blackout drunk due to him feeling topical. And I also think it's interesting that Shinkawa said, like I said earlier, how he became part of the system that he fought against before and how he feels himself about that. I just think it's so interesting how complex all these characters are. But with that said, I have nothing else to say. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you next week because this is a Sunday episode. I'll see you next Saturday for the next episode of Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown, Chapter 3. And that's it. Bye.